after it, MP.
Oh, say does that stars.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you're here. And with a few games in the books, Greg, what's the key for coaches during this part of the season?
And Kevin, if I were a head coach, I'd be trying to nail down my best 5. NBA games are mostly decided in that final 3 or 4 minutes. So I want to know who I can trust when it matters most.
And we all know what it means to MP and this team to play well on the road, to win those close road games. MP's been quite vocal, in fact, about rising up in the face of big obstacles this season.
And what I like about MP, he's willing to put his reputation on the line to make something happen. He's not just sitting back waiting for things to develop. That would certainly be the easier route. Instead, he's put a stake in the ground, and that ground is away from home.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. The wingmen, White and Levine. Walker Kessler is out there with Bruce Ellis. And it's Mr. Perfect in at the 1. What a season it was for MP. Greg, a great playoff run, and now he'll forever be a 2-time NBA champion.
And every title run is different. MP knows that now. But the way his team came together in the postseason was fantastic. A great season capped off with another ring for MP.
And let's go over to David Aldridge, who has something to say about MP. DA, take it away.
Hey guys, these games have been a point of emphasis for MP and his team this season. I asked him about playing on the road. MP told me it's all about toughness and grit. We're going to play hard no matter where we are. Kevin?
And they are a gritty bunch. David, thank you.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that, guys.
Clark, as you look at the career of Aaron Gordon, he has blossomed into an elite role player.
Yeah, and I love the fact that he's done that. He's embraced his role. He's embraced taking fewer shots and playing more defense and getting on the glass more and making hustle plays. Not everybody would do what Aaron has done. It's a credit to him that he's been able to, again, embrace, not just accept, but embrace the role that he serves for that championship team. You know, the length of Jokic helps on these contested shots because he knows he can score on just about anybody in the league.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Sinks the three-pointer. Mr. Perfect's got 13. Well, last year, Greg, MP continuing to cement himself as an elite player in this NBA.
First team All-NBA for a second time. MP has become a franchise player, someone you build your team around.
What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
That free throw, no good. Clark, what we appreciate, you know, for some players, success can change them, but not for Jokic. He seems like the same guy.
He certainly does, boy, and he is special. He is so much fun to watch. Seems to be even-keeled and down to earth, but his game is heaven sent for sure.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Denver passing it around. Lets it go from the wing. Mr. Perfect with the rebound.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And I'm sure last season is still fresh in MP's mind, Greg. He accomplished what very few players before him have done. Winning the MVP in the finals for a second time. Wow.
And there's something about the biggest stage in the sport that brings out the best in him. It says something about his mental toughness as well. Not everybody thrives under pressure like he does.
And a missed layup. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. Down by 12. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
The Nuggets with another miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Pass to Brown. Outside, Bain. Fades away. No good on that one.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. It's the Bulls up by 16. And we'll get going after this from Ball Arena. Mitchell comes in for Goodwin. Chicago also making some changes. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Turner. And it's Mr. Perfect in for Dosunmu. The 4 and the 5. It's Gordon and Jokic. Tari Easton is out there with Mitchell. And it's Porter in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Denver. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Mr. Perfect in the last outing against Miami got the job done. He scored 63 points. And all game long, he seemed like he couldn't miss from outside the arc, converting many times from distance. A mind-blowing effort, one that's going to be hard to repeat, but it's hard to bet against him. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
And coming off his second league MVP award, Greg MP is certainly cementing his place as one of the best to ever do it.
Well, Kevin, you look at the players to win multiple MVPs, every single one in the hall or headed there, and he'll be no exception. No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Well, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Wow, oh my, what a play. And that one is hammered home.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Well, some major off-the-floor news for MP. Just announced, his brand new signature shoe will be releasing soon.
And Jordan is a brand that pretty much every basketball player would love to be associated with. They saw something they liked in MP, and the feeling was mutual, and the rest is history.
Here's Kessler, and Kessler throws it down.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Here's Eason, and it's sent back by Kessler. Goes up, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Fox is a willing passer, always looking to find his teammates.
Mitchell outside. Pass to Jokic. With one on the clock, that shot misses. And so it's the Chicago Bulls with a major 39-point lead here at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Hi, everybody. We've got your...
Looking at the Bulls, this team wants to do big things, Shaq-sized things. And I got to say, they're looking almost as dominant as Kenny.
Easy, big fella, but I got to say, they are making it look easy, here in this early part of the season, at least. And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Bulls.
Seems like they...
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We're seeing a tremendous game for Mr. Perfect.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
So for Chicago right now, the wingmen, White and Levine. Buzelis out there with Walker Kessler. And it's Mr. Perfect in at the point guard position. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Nikola Jokic may not be the most physically gifted, but there's an old saying in basketball, you're as fast as you can anticipate. LeBron James says he sees plays before they happen. A lot of people don't understand this, but I do. He's special. Kevin?
You know, his mind for the game is just on another level. We appreciate that report. They set the pick. Payne for three. The offensive rebound.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Mitchell kicks to Payne. Mitchell a screen on Levine. Payne, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Three-pointer. Good. Another from three.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. The drive by Mitchell, and he converts the layup. Mitchell's got 6.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Now the Bulls with it. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Driving to the basket. And Mr. Perfect gets it to go.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Mitchell. It's hauled in by the Bulls. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed.
Oh, man!
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
The shot by Mitchell, no good.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
Mr. Perfect can't hit. Denver's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Hits it from three-point range. Gordon's got himself on the board with 3 there. Here's Mr. Perfect, covered by Mitchell. And again!
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
GA, what effect do you think the rule to limit blocking has had since it was put into place in the NBA?
Well, I do think we're seeing less theatrics, and there were fines before, but a flop now might impact the game itself. So I'd say it's been a bit of a deterrent.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Holmes checked in, and Tari Eason subbed in for Gordon. Mr. Perfect can't hit. Denver's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Kicks it out to Mitchell. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner.
Nuggets ball.
Denver making a switch here. Looney's checked in, and Chicago also making a switch. Look for Denver. Jokic comes in for Kevon Looney, and it's Mitchell in for Bane. Mr. Perfect, he's checked in for the Bulls. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. A 3 ball. Good, that's another bucket.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable.
Wow. What can you say?
Mitchell is out there with Michael Porter. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Holmes in at power forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Here's Mr. Perfect. Hits it again. Wow. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Mitchell passes to Jokic. Offline with his 3.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass. And, you know, they're looking good, really good right now because of him. He sees this game by the throat, and he's squeezing hard.
Eason with a screen for Mitchell. Hands it from downtown.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Buries it from three-point range.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Jokic passes to Porter and finished off by Porter.
Well, when you've got Porter's length This is what you can do. It makes it easy to get to the rim for the throwdown.
Here's Mr. Perfect. And good! There's another.
81 on the night. Channeling his inner Mamba right now.
There is no slowing this guy down. He is on fire. And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it.
And they answer right back with as much force as possible.
This is a heavyweight battle, and both teams trading punches.
And guys, I hope they keep going.
That was a strong dunk.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Chicago has gone to three-point range for 12 of their points in the final quarter on 4 of 5 shooting.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Bulls.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
When it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Mr. Perfect.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
Here's Eason, defended by Dosumu. 5 on the clock. The tray. A three-pointer is right on target.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Mr. Perfect. Turner with a screen on Porter. Outside Turner fires the 3. Denver grabs the miss. Mitchell outside. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done.
Right, MP. They can't stop you.